Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to get the engine back together. Stay tuned. Alright guys, the company 23 tool came in, so now I can hold the cam gears and we can tighten them up to spec. So that means we can get the belt back on, we can get all the covers back on, pulley, and get it pretty much able to build oil pressure. So that's a good thing. Alright, so what we need to do first is get the air compressor, not the air compressor, the aircon compressor off. So we need to get the belt through there. You get the tensioner off and pin that. And then we'll do up the bolts, get the belt on. I'll have to play around with this coolant sensor and the air temp sensor maybe, so maybe not alternator on yet. Don't really need that to crank it over. I will have the battery on the battery charger, so that's supplying the power. We just need to turn over, and I know that the starter turns it over because I accidentally did it yesterday. So oil pressure, that means we need to make sure all the oil fittings are on. That also means we need to get the other turbo on. Oh yeah, and I also got an email today saying that my fittings are delayed, so we won't have the fuel line or the coolant lines just yet, which is annoying. So we can get to the point of where we can build oil pressure, but nothing else. I still need to do the coolant line down here too. I keep forgetting about that one. Alright guys, so I've got the air compressor, or the AC compressor off. We've got this pinned, it's an Allen key through there. I've got the line off here so we can use the tool through here. This one is already to spec. Right, random wire. Alright, so we'll go tighten up these three and get on with it. Alright, I have torqued all of them up now. That is a great tool. Well worth it, even though I only used it for 2 minutes. Worth the money. I didn't realise that these notches actually go into the metal one, which is freaking awesome. Didn't need to use it though because I've already torqued that one. Yeah, we can get the belt on now. Sick. Alright boys, the belt is on. That's matched, that's matched. That is matched, and so is that one. So it goes out to the side. Goes out to the side. And we are good. Oh, sick. Better not be 180 out. Or is it 360? 360 out. Alright guys, so I've been thinking about the whole priming it and oils and whatnot. With the sandwich plate that I got from Mishimoto, it's oil cooler one. I'm not going to put that on for the break-in, mainly because I don't want all the break-in oil to go through the oil cooler. I'll do the break-in and then I'll swap over the sandwich plate. for the Mishimoto one, and plus I don't have the cooler yet, so that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright, so no cooling system. I'm just going to be cranking it over to get oil pressure up. So we need to put the sandwich plate on. We need to put the oil pressure sensor in there. I have a gauge in the center there for oil pressure, and I was also thinking that the yellow and grey wire could be for the oil pressure. I'll have a little look in the Haltech software and see if I can use that for oil pressure. I don't know if this one's coming out before or after me playing around with the Haltech, but pretty sure I saw some wires on there that were still available that I didn't know that were there. So maybe I can use wires from the 750 wiring harness on the 550. Maybe it's an upgrade onto the new Nexus software that allows me to do that. Maybe that's why they sent the 750 with wiring with the 550. I'm not sure. It was a bit odd. But anyway, get the oil sandwich plate on. Alright, so I've got that on there. It's not the best. The Mishimoto one will be heaps better on there. So we'll send out the lines this way on the Mishimoto and over to the cooler that'll be here. So pretty short lines, which is good. So I do have a filter to go on. Alright, this is a Ryko Z495. Always use these. A little bit of oil there so it doesn't bind up, and yeah. Oh, I actually filled it up with oil. I don't normally do that, but we're going straight up from underneath, so why not? At least there'll be oil there straight away. Alright, filter is on now. I need to find the oil pressure sensor. Where did I put it after I took it out of the back there? Probably over here somewhere. Nope, it was in my socket set. There it is. Alright guys, so I've got the oil pressure sensor on. I've got it connected. I've tightened up this fitting. I've got the GT35's fitting going into a cup so we can see when it comes out. Pretty sure the drain is all good for the TD05. This is the drain for the GT35. Got oil in the filter already. Just need to put some oil in it. So I'll get the pan underneath just in case something leaks, and I'll start filling it up. Alright. Those half moons are nice and sealed. Don't have any leakage. Alright boys, I think I just had enough. I'm about 2 millimeters off full. That's good enough for me to test for oil pressure. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the Elite by pulling the fuse. It won't come on. Just cranking. The oil pressure gauge should be on. Depends on what I've tapped into for power. And yeah, so if we start building up some pressure with the cranking, and see if we get some oil coming up through here. Fingers crossed, boys. Alright, so I'm going to go put the battery charger on. Just a flip of this switch. Yeah, the Elite is not connected, so it's definitely not going to fire up. A little bit nervous. All the timing marks line up on the crank, the cams, so I don't see why there should be any issue. Actually, we don't have any gauges connected. I need to find which one it is and connect it. Make sure it's the first one in line too. Alright, I totally forgot the configuration I had the gauges in. The one on the steering column is the oil pressure. This one here, oil pressure. Had to put in one gauge. So this is the boost gauge. It's just got power, nothing else to it. Because the power goes in and then comes out and goes to this one. So this one has power now. So we can start cranking. If you didn't know, obviously the oil pump is mechanical, so it doesn't really need anything except for the starter to turn the engine over to create pressure. As long as this has got everything that it needs, we should hopefully start to see. Not oil yet. Well, it didn't sound like anything was hitting each other, so that's good. Alright, let's try again. Shh. Maybe I need to connect the ECU to make sure it's got power, because nothing is changing. I can smell oil though. Right, so I just checked the oil. Oil has gone down. So I think it's starting to get through. Put a little bit of oil there. I'll put that in. To be honest, I don't think I normally see a reading on that gauge till the car actually starts. So I think I'm more likely just going to have to verify when oil comes out of here. I know oil's getting picked up because the oil level went down. So I just cranked it then. We got oil pressure, and this just went flying over there. So we've got oil. We've got oil. We've got oil pressure. I'll do it for you so you can see. That's about 50 psi. And she's gone again. Oh, I have to clean that up now. Damn it. Alright boys, pretty happy about that. Except for the whole making a mess part. But we've got oil pressure. It's verified. We have oil pressure. And that's getting up to the GT35. We should have oil going through the TD05 right now. Sick. I'm happy. That's all I'm going to be doing with the engine at the moment. So I'm going to bounce back to working on the Heltec, trying to figure out some sensors and what I can do with the spare wires. Alrighty boys, that's going to be it for this episode. Just a quick one about getting this all back together, getting the Company 23 tool that made it so easy, and getting oil pressure. So we've got oil through, it's all lubricated, ready to go. We're just waiting on more fittings. And about 10 minutes ago, just got a notification that they've been sent. So fingers crossed they'll come in tomorrow, being Friday, and we can get this going for the weekend. But I've got some cleanup to do now. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button. This is going to be one crazy build. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next episode. Bye.